This is KGW News at Sunrise.
It's traumatic. It's horrific.
And then he just sat there and held his hand, and he passed.
This morning, a man accused of that deadly shooting faces murder charges. Coming up, hear more from witnesses to this brazen crime in broad daylight.
And our investigative team gets behind the wheel of a Tesla to find out more about a potentially deadly glitch that has some owners speaking out. We explain the phantom braking phenomenon coming up.
And watching the Blazers gonna get more expensive, and those responsible are playing the blame game. Details of the price hike coming up right here on Sunrise.
It is a Thursday morning, and as many times you have called it, Friday Eve.
That's what she says.
And we're glad you're here with us. What are we looking at weather-wise?
We're dry. Rain, the forecast yesterday was good, right? Later in the afternoon, the rain mostly fizzled out, went off to the east. You guys seem semi-impressed. All right, let's take a look at our temperatures outside. 53 in Sandy, 50 in Hillsborough, 52 in Tigard. Anyway, the rain is done. It's gone for a while. 50 in Silverton. This is a morning that we are seeing. Here's looking at what the Markham Bridge, it looks like. Good visibility coming into Portland, but there are some fog pockets developing out there, and we believe we're going to see increasing fog and low cloud areas between now and mid-morning. So depending on how much of that we get will dictate in part how much sun we get. So I've still got us 50 right now, 58 at noon. Now we will need some decent sun to get up to 68 or 70 for a high, but that is the goal. Here's Chris McGinnis.
That looks good. All right, let's get you out on the roads right now. Photojournalist Eric Patterson, he is heading up towards the Morrison Bridge at Interstate 84, so out of downtown. We're looking pretty good there. Rod mentioned some fog or some low cloudiness. Here you are, 217 out near Highway 26. The commute not impacted as of yet, but we are starting to see some foggy pockets there. And a quick check of Sunnyside here. This is I-205. There's your southbound commute. Pretty wide open, guys. No crashes, no unexpected delays just yet.
Thank you, Chris. Police gave us an update overnight on the deadly shooting in downtown Portland. The suspect, 46-year-old Jeffrey Hammond, is facing several charges, including murder. KGW's Catherine Cook walks us through what else we know this morning.
I held a man's hand as he died in downtown Portland.
Alyssa Eisenstein-Kruger is stunned after what she witnessed Wednesday afternoon.
I don't even know what to say, what to think.
Just after 4:30, police responded to gunfire at Southwest 10th and Alder. They found one man dead and another injured. Not long after that, they took someone into custody.
It's traumatic. It's horrific.
This woman says she witnessed both shootings and for that reason asked that we not identify her. She told police it looks like what happened started with road rage. She took this photo and says the suspect was pulled over in this black Mercedes. She says the victim pulled over too and walked up to the driver's side window.
And I thought it was odd that he had jumped out of his car and left his car door open. And that's when the driver of the shooter lifted up the gun and he shot him. And he shot another gentleman on the sidewalk and then fired again the third time. And then he took off around the corner.
The witness says it appeared the second victim had nothing to do with the incident. Alyssa saw that man first.
I saw there was a guy on the ground who had been shot in the leg and screaming, and people were trying to help him.
Medics took him to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. All around, people called 911 and did what they could to help the first victim, including Alyssa. But in the end, it wasn't enough.
I ran into Jake screaming, "Is there a doctor?" It was taking forever for the emergency people to come. And then I just sat there and held his hand, and he passed.
Catherine Cook, KGW News.
The union representing pharmacy workers at Kaiser Permanente will be back at the bargaining table yet again today. Talks yesterday did not result in a deal. Union workers are currently on a 21-day strike that began October 1st. They're asking for more pay, better benefits, and more staff. After today, the next time both sides are scheduled to meet will be Monday.
If Portland public school teachers go on strike, the district says it has a contingency plan. The union is set to vote on a walkout next week. Both sides have been trying to negotiate a new contract now for months. The sticking points include wage hikes, prep time, and smaller class sizes. To pay for that, the union wants to slash administrative costs and dip into reserves. But the district says that's not going to work.
There is not enough money in administration or enough money in our fund balance to close that gap.
The district needs to come to the table with real solutions, not just no's.
PPS says it would have to come up with an extra $230 million to meet the union's demands. If teachers vote to strike, they will give 10 days notice before walking off the job.
For some fans, it just got tougher and more expensive to watch the Portland Trail Blazers on TV.
Root Sports is the network that carries the Blazers, and Xfinity just removed Root from its standard package, which means that you'll need to pay about $20 more a month to catch those games.
Right. So Xfinity blames the decision on the cost of regional sports networks like Root. Meanwhile, Root Sports has a message of its own on X, formerly Twitter, directing people to contact Xfinity. Trailblazers officials put out their own statement yesterday, too. They say they didn't see this coming and are exploring solutions. Longtime sports columnist John Canzano says this is a bad look for the Blazers.
You ultimately have to hold the Blazers accountable for this, because you've seen some NBA teams in other markets like Salt Lake City and Phoenix in particular that have gone out of their way to place their games over the air so everyone can watch them.
There are other options to get Root Sports, including Fubo and DirecTV. The Blazers play their second game of the preseason tonight at Moda Center against the Phoenix Suns. If you'd like to learn more about how to catch the games, you can check out our full article. It's up right now on KGW.com.
So nowadays, it'll cost you a good chunk of money to watch your favorite teams. So in our Sunrise poll this morning, we want to know what you think. Is it too expensive to watch live sports? Give us your answer. Tell us why. Go to our Sunrise page, or KGW Sunrise on Twitter or X. The poll is pinned to the very top of our page. And right now, out of the people who responded, 83% say yeah, they think it is too expensive to watch live sports.
This was a hot topic recently in my house. My partner was emailing Xfinity, so he wasn't super happy about the move with Root Sports.
And what did Mr. and Mrs. Xfinity get back to him? Did they reply back?
A big zero.
Oh,
at least not yet.
It's tough to get those people to answer the phone, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Punch one, punch three.
It is frustrating, though. It is, no question. Here's a look at the satellite picture. Our rainy weather pattern is over. By the way, yes, we have video coming up at 5:35-ish on our show of that EF0 tornado. They hit around 2:40 yesterday afternoon, just northwest of the center. So that coverage is coming up. If you're waking up in Clark County and you heard and you want to see the story, just hang in there. Right now, though, it's all about the dry weather. Oregon, Washington, California, Nevada, rain's all gone. It's hard to see on the infrared satellite picture, but we are picking up low cloud cover, and we're picking up some fog developing areas. Futurecast at 9:30 this morning. Doesn't show it being overly widespread in the valley, but it's always tough to tell. We're going to see probably an increase in low clouds and fog through about 8 o'clock this morning, and then we'll know what we have. And depending on how solid it is or is not, we'll either still have some clouds around at noon or we'll be sunny. So it's one of those days. And of course, the more sun you get, the warmer the temperature will start to get up there. All right, here's where we are right now. We have 50 in Astoria. We have 50 out of PDX, where temps have fallen off. Winds are light out there, but we are looking for some easterlies to kick up out near the gorge during the afternoon. It's 34 out in Burns, clearly the coldest spot on the map right now. So the forecast numbers for you. Depends on how much of this yellow stuff we get. Sunshine. This projects nearing 70 in Salem and McMinnville. Light winds in the valley throughout the day. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, indications are East Clark County, East Multnomah County, areas near the gorge will eventually get into some afternoon gusts between about 20 and 30. Right now, winds are light, including out in the gorge itself. This shows 70 all areas. We will need a good bit of sunshine for temperatures to jump up to that level. So we'll try to get to 70 today. Normal is 66 this time of the year. Tomorrow still looks dry in the morning, and then in the afternoon, some showers will be developing, and then especially into the evening. Right now, it looks like much of Saturday day and much of Sunday day could be dry, with the rain chances this weekend mainly being Friday evening overnight, and then again Saturday evening overnight, and then developing on Monday. That timing would be spectacular. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Rod.